Good morning, students. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the SDN application domains. So, the application domains or the applications of SDN are data centers and cellular networks. Data centers. One of the most important requirements for data center networks is to find ways to scale in order to support hundreds of thousands of servers and millions of virtual machines. However, achieving such scalability can be a challenging task from a network perspective. First of all, the size of the forwarding table increases along with the number of servers, leading to a requirement for more sophisticated and expensive forwarding devices. Moreover, traffic management and policy enforcement can become very important critical issues since data centers are expected to continuously achieve high levels of performance. In traditional data centers, the aforementioned requirements are typically met through the careful design and configuration of underlying network. This operation is in most cases performed manually by defining the pre-referred routes for traffic and by placing middlewares at strategic choke points on the physical network. Obviously, this approach contradicts the requirement for scalability since manual configuration can become very challenging and error prone, especially as the size of the network grows. Additionally, it becomes increasingly difficult to make the data center operate at its full capacity since it cannot dynamically adapt to the application requirements. The advantage that SDN offer to network management come to fill these gaps. By decoupling the control plane from data plane, forwarding devices become much simple and cheap. At the same time, all control logic is in logical centralized entity. This allows the dynamic management of flows, the load balancing of traffic, and the allocation of resources in a manner that best adjusts the operation of the data center to the needs of running applications, which in turn leads to increased performance. Finally, placing middle boxes in the network is no longer required since policy enforcement can now be achieved through the controller entity. Next is the cellular networks. The market of cellular mobile networks is perhaps one of the most profitable in telecommunication. The rapid increase in the number of cellular devices, smartphone, tablet, has pushed the existing networks to their limits. So there has been significant increase in integrating SDN principles in cellular architectures like 3G Universal Mobile Telecommunication System and 4G long-term evolution. One of the most main disadvantages of current cellular network architecture is that the core of network has a centralized data flow with all traffic passing through specialized equipment, which packs multiple network functions from routing to access control and billing, leading to an increase of infrastructural cost due to the complexity of the devices and raising seriously scalability concerns. Moreover, cell sizes of the access network tend to get smaller in order to cover the demands of the ever increasing traffic and the limited wireless spectrum for accessing the network. This leads to increased interference among neighboring base stations and to the fluctuation of load from one base station to another due to user mobility, rendering the static allocation of resources no longer adequate. Applying the SDN principles to cellular networks promises to solve some of these deficiencies. First of all, decoupling the control from the data plane and introducing a centralized controller that has a complete view of the whole network allows network equipment to become simpler and therefore reduces the overall infrastructural cost. Moreover, operations like routing, real-time monitoring, mobility management, access control, and policy enforcement can be assigned to different operating controllers, making the network more flexible and easier to manage. Furthermore, using a centralized controller acting as an abstract base station simplifies the operations of load and interference management, no longer requiring the direct communication and coordination of base stations. Instead, the controller makes the decision for the whole network and simply instructs the data plane on how to operate. One final advantage is that the use of SDN eases the introduction of virtual operators to the telecommunication market, leading to increased competitiveness. By virtualizing the underlying switching equipment, all providers become responsible for managing the flow of their own subscribers through their own controllers without the requirement to pay large sum for their own infrastructure. So these are the applications of SDN.